Hey, Ellen. My name is Brian Ferguson. And I want to tell you about my mom because I'd like to do something really cool for her. But in order for me to explain my mom, I have to spend a little time explaining myself. I was born with a disability called arthrogryposis multiplex congenita, which just means contractures of multiple extremities from birth. I don't have full use of my arms and legs. And that's affected me my whole life, and we'll talk more about that in the future. But to bring it back to my mom's been awesome. I understand it's mom's job to be awesome, but I got lucky. I got like the best because she has done such an amazing job taking care of me. I'm 52 years old now. She's lived with me for the last 25 years, being my caretaker and frankly my best friend. And I would love to do something for her. She's a huge fan of yours, and she's 75 now. I see signs of both a physical and mental decline. Her memory's getting worse, and she's got fibromyalgia, and she's got aches and pains. And before something bad happens with or to her, I would love to have your help in doing something cool for her. Even if it's just getting tickets into the show or something like that. I need your help. And I would love to have you help me help my mom because my mom deserves it more than anyone else I know.
So it's really easy for me to go and skip over all the things that people help me with because I kind of take them for granted. Because my knee-jerk reaction is to say, oh, I get up in the morning and I go for a walk and I eat breakfast. It's so not the case. Literally, I wake up in the morning and I don't have my leg braces on, so I can't get out of bed. I'm like a turtle on its back until somebody comes and helps me. So most of the time it's my mom, but I've got friends who I travel with and stay with, and but most of the time it's my mom. She comes downstairs, first thing she does, puts my leg braces on me, gets me, puts some sweats on me or something, gets me upright. That way I can be checking emails. I work, I own my own business, so of course I'm checking in at the office, and first thing, see if anybody emailed me overnight. My knee-jerk reaction, I almost just said I brush my teeth. I don't brush my teeth. I open my mouth. My mom brushes my teeth. Go to the bathroom, eat breakfast. Well, again, she makes something for breakfast for me. Frequently something just very simple like a banana with nuts on it or something. And she feeds it to me or sets it out on a plate. And I, we call it grazing. I graze off a plate directly. I would never do in a restaurant, but it's face first onto the plate. And then I'll go for a walk. Well, going for a walk usually entails changing my shoes. My neighborhood is all hills, and I walk, depending on the day, 1.5 miles, roughly every day, because I need to get exercise and I don't want to get fat. And I like to eat, so I got to get up and get some exercise. It's really easy to kind of get stuck in a sedentary lifestyle. So I go for a walk. I come back. My mom will put me in the shower. Immediately, I say I take a shower. I don't take a shower. I sit down on a bench in the shower. She takes all my braces and clothes off of me. She then gives me a shower, gets me back dressed again. It's kind of like Humpty Dumpty, making and unmaking me, putting me back together again. Everything is her or someone taking care of all of those activities of daily living. That's what the insurance industry calls them. I used to have an office and employees and a business partner and stuff. I got rid of all that. I work from my house now. So a lot of times I'll come back from work, from my walk in the morning, and I'll just get right to work. And I'll start making phone calls and checking the emails and making sure, again, that nothing's happened in the morning that needs my help. Lunch, my mom will make lunch for me. A lot of times I'll shower at lunchtime just to clean up, take a quick rinse off. Then I work most of the day. I'm an insurance broker. I work with small businesses, putting together employee benefits, and individuals doing their health and life insurance and dental insurance and that kind of thing. When we changed schools after kindergarten. I went to a new school and they did a physical evaluation. They had a doctor diagnose me. And at that time, I'd been diagnosed, but they had a doctor evaluate me. And at that time, I hadn't had the surgeries on my legs yet, so I wasn't walking. My legs were crisscrossed, where, say, the heel of my left foot was up on the right side of my crotch, and vice versa. So I was sitting in like I think it's called a lotus position in yoga. If you picture like statues of Buddha doing a meditation with the legs crisscrossed, that's how my legs were. And it wasn't until years later that I had them straightened out via surgery so that I could walk. But this doctor did the evaluation, and he says to me, to my mom and I, he says, Brian will never walk. And it's the only time I remember her physically manhandling me. I was in a wheelchair, and she opened the door to his office, grabbed me and my chair, and just shoved me out into the hallway and slammed the door inside. I could hear her yelling at her. My mom's not a yeller. I mean, I've known her my whole life, obviously, and I've heard her yell, I don't know, 4 or 5 times. And this was one of them. And she yelled, I could hear her yelling at the doctor, don't you ever say that in front of a patient. Because one of these days, the patient's going to be stupid enough to believe you because you're wearing a lab coat. She goes, he will walk. And she opens up the door and, boom, storms off with me. And she went and got a second opinion. And the next opinion was a doctor who says, oh yeah, Shriners Hospital in Los Angeles is doing surgeries on kids like this. They'll probably be able to help you out. And about a year later, I had the surgery started that allowed me to walk. So it was because of my mom and her tenacity, instead of just listening to a doctor and saying, yeah, whatever, and going with the doctor. 2 years later, after I'd had the surgeries and I was walking, where do you think she took me? Back to that doctor. Remember this kid who you said would never walk? That was all she said to him. We walked out. So that's my mom. We've lived together 25 years and she's my mother, and we've had, I don't know, no arguments in 25 years. I mean, we get along great. She also happens to be a really good friend. So besides just doing the things that she has done for me, she's kind of been a moral compass and a really good friend. And it's a really great combination. I've been very lucky. A lot of people have good parents. I got the best mom. I'm lucky.